Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Come join me twist my hair while I discuss the worst things that I've heard in the workplace about my natural hair. I mean, if you can relate, put a thumbs up because I feel like we've normalized it so much that people don't realize that they're being offensive. Or some people know they're being offensive and they're just like, do you know, it's the pure audacity for me. So yeah, let's talk about it. I remember the first time I received a negative comment about my hair. I had been working in this hotel for like a while, and then because I was studying hospitality and tourism at the time, I had to do like an internship in that hotel. And I remember my department manager at the time, I had gone up to her and I was like, yeah, I plan on doing my internship in the hotel. And that day I had come in with my, like I had like an updo. And I remember her calling me into the office and being like, just to let you know, you can't have your hair like that at reception. I was fuming. Like, you know, when you're just like, you know, when someone just gives you a comment and you're like, I can't believe in this day and age you have the audacity to stand in front of me and say that. The speed I used to run to HR's office was just immaculate. Like, I raced to HR's office and I was like, excuse me, can someone explain this to me? My manager just told me that I can't have my hair like this if I was working at reception. Can you emphasize? Obviously, he had to like downplay it, but I just remember just being shocked. Like, and they were like, yeah, even if you need to have your hair in reception, it needs to look neat, it needs to be neat. I was like, and I know the obvious one is, can I touch your hair? And I have discussed this obviously with other people just to kind of get their own understanding of that particular statement and what it means to them. I'm going to talk about myself personally. When someone tries to touch my hair, it makes me feel like I'm a pet. You're trying to like, it feels very degrading, I would not lie. And it's not just because we've been educated to say, oh, that's racist, but it feels very degrading. I'm going to speak about it as well on a spiritual level. So growing up obviously in the church, your head, if someone was praying on you, they touch your head. If someone was to like pray over you, they touch your head. So for someone to touch my head in a spiritual sense, I feel like you're disrespecting what that means to me. I know obviously it depends on the person, it depends from where you're from, it depends your upbringing. So when you're touching my hair, I feel like you're touching my crown, that crown that was given to me by God, and you're like disregarding the importance of what it means to me. There also seems to be this thing in workplaces where people think it is okay for them to tell you what hairstyle to do, or you did that hair before, it looked better than this one. I think you should do that hair again. I think your hair looks better this. First of all, it is my hair and not yours. Like, I'm going to wear my hair whatever way I want. I remember I used to have like a manager who constantly, like, I did my hair a certain way once, and every single time I came into work, she was like, oh, you've not done that style again. When are you gonna do that style? I prefer your hair this. It's not really your hair. It's none of your business what I have on my head. What I'm carrying is absolutely none of your business. And she used to be like, oh, I want you to do it that same way. I want you to do it like that. And obviously, when you start a new job, sometimes it can get to the case where you're like, I just want to please this person. That's my manager. Obviously, there's always a sense of like, especially depending on what position you're in that particular new place. And it was really annoying because sometimes it will play in my head. You come into work and she just spend the whole morning talking about how she preferred you should have done your hair this way and not that way, but you don't even know what goes into putting my hair that way. You don't even know the effort. You don't even know why it was that way, and why is it any of your business when I have my hair a certain way? Do you know? Like, I remember there was even a time when she was like, it's not nice, I don't like you wearing wigs, it's better when you have your order. I'm like, auntie, uncle, a brother. None of your business. The way I put my hair. It's not on your head, it's on mine. You know? As long as I'm following the company guidelines on how my hair should be, why do you have a say? Why is it an opinion for you? Once I was cleaning with one of my colleagues, and she was talking because she was really scared of spiders at the time, and she was talking about how scared she was of spiders and that she found a huge spider while she was cleaning. And one of my colleagues, bear in mind, this is someone that was in a management position, then I was like, Schneider, I'm sure if there was a spider in your hair, you wouldn't even know. Do you know when you just stare at someone, you stare the stupidness out of someone? Like the look I gave to that woman, I remember her just sitting there silently and just like walking away because I was like, pardon? Can you repeat? Because you know, like you wouldn't expect someone to say something like that. If there was a spider in your hair, I'm sure you wouldn't even know. Okay. Where are we going to with that, please? I got a job in this place where this girl had her hair in braids and she was as white as they come. You know what I mean? And I remember the manager at the time calling me and being like, oh, how did you feel about her having her hair in braids? And I was kind of annoyed. I was pissed. Let me not lie. I was vexed because in my head I was like, before I came here, like the girl was already in employment before me. Her hair was in braids before I walked into that building. If you felt like it wasn't correct, you should have changed it. Why are you asking my opinion like I can change something? Like why are you asking my opinion like if I said my opinion anything would change? As if it's not going to become a conversation about how I don't like it. Like don't get me wrong, I am a strong advocate for if you are a white woman and you want to braid your hair, go ahead and do it. But understand that there is still going to be a level of annoyance from the black women because when we braid our hair, we are seen as ghetto. When a white woman braids her hair, she's seen as trendy and cool. Do you see the difference? So when you do it, it's accepted. When I do it, even in a place of employment, I'm told that it shouldn't be that way. But then you do it and all of a sudden it's a trend and everybody wants to jump on the trend. So do understand that there is going to be a level of frustration and anger from black women. But if you want to braid your hair, baby girl, go ahead and do it. In fact, call me. I will braid it for you and charge you good money for it. Thank you in advance. I had this particular colleague that I want to believe was racist because there was no way around the kind of things they said, the kind of remarks they made. Like I don't know how to, like there's no way you are a normal human being walking around and saying the kind of things that that person said. Like you just take it, just take it for the team. Because I remember like when I first started working at that place, most of the time when they saw me with my wig, because obviously, like I did say, when you start a job as a black woman, it normally takes you time to show your hair. It's like a flipping relationship where he doesn't see you without makeup until a few dates down. That's how a job feels like as a black woman. So most of the time when they saw me with my wig on. And this day I remember coming in with my hair, my afro out, and he, oh my god, he came and he was like, what happened to your princess hair? Okay, let us ignore that as just one out of the table. The whole time when I was working at that place, he just kept calling me Whoopi. He was like, how are you today, Whoopi? And then this day I decided to come into work full afro out, like my full afro was out. And I remember he came up to me and he was like, why do you look like you were electrocuted? It's the audacity. You can't, like, just take it for the team. And I remember the day I was quitting my job in that place, my last day of work, I came up to him and I was like, do you know what you said was racist? And he was like, no, I was just joking. I was like, no, it's racist. There were a few people around when I confronted him about the whole situation, and I turned to them and I was like, if someone told you your hair looks like you were electrocuted, wouldn't you take that as offensive? And everyone was like, yeah. And I was like, well, for him, he thought this was just a joke that was going to run and die, and he ran that joke the whole time I was employed there. And I was like, you just thought you could just say that? Like, how can you? That is my hair. That is what I'm born with. That is what I walk around with. How the do you think you can just say, were you electrocuted, and then just walk by and move on with life like nothing ever flipping happened? The thing is, I used to think as black women we were raised to hate our hair. But obviously, as I've grown, I've realized that it's not that we hate our hair, it's that we hate the way other people react to our hair. You know, I know if I put my hair this way, someone's going to say something. If I put my hair in an afro, someone's going to say something. If I put my hair in bantu knots, someone's going to, like, you know that there's always going to be a comment about your hair. And I believe it's that fear that makes us act like we don't like our hair. But I love my hair. Obviously, it took me a while, but you know, this is my favorite way to wear my hair, like this. And it has grown so much, I don't know what to do with it anymore. But this is my absolute favorite way in the world to wear my hair. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any other experiences that you've had in a workplace regarding your hair as a black woman, put your story down. Let all of us learn if there was a certain way you addressed that issue that you think, obviously, I could have addressed it, or if somebody else can address it that way, that can assist them, obviously, in their role. Put down your comments as well, because we're all here to learn. I know that there's some things that I wouldn't accept. There's certain statements that I would not only, I believe is what pressing charges for, but I wouldn't be accepting any disrespect to my afro.